because Brianna Sherry's finishing pretty hard too. But I reckon on the inside, Carla Dreyer, our favourite, is going to take that out to Meg Dean.
And despite what the clock says, they didn't just run 44 seconds for 400 metres. There might have been some issues with the timing clock there.
They might have got pretty excited coming down the finishing straight.
Thought they were on for a bit of a world record there.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've captured the times. It's just the clock can sometimes be a bit of an unfortunate delay. So
that's right, a little bit temperamental.
Don't believe everything you see, everyone at home. Just listen to us for the inside goss.
Yeah, we'll look after you.
Next up, women's C race, is it? No, men's race. Men's D.
Men's D.
So, in the men's D race, actually they're still just setting up their blocks there. I don't see any blocks going up for lane 1, but lane 1 listed on our sheet is Dion Finicario. Now, is he a pure distance runner?
Yeah, he's
like
an
ultra marathoner?
He's gone from his 100K down to his 400.
Yeah, not just a distance runner.
He's not here right now.
He's not.
He's also in the 15.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
May have just done the 400 for a bit of speed training for those ultras.
Bit of a warm-up.
Yeah, a bit different to the 100K pace workout.
Yeah, but he's run a 2:24 marathon, I believe. So
okay, that's pretty swift.
Handy.
Pretty swift by road standards, but yeah, I don't know how you go against the 400 boys. That would have been interesting to see, but we don't see him, do we?
Nah, we don't.
So I don't think he's even here.
So when we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 our lanes for this one.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
Cross off 1 and 2, eh? So in lane 3, we would have Eli Taylor from Box Hill, Jeremy Shum from Box Hill, Rupert Clemenger. Guess where he's from? Box Hill.
Oh,
Murray Lawrence. Yes, James. I was asking you.
I thought this is a trick question.
Lane 6, Murray Lawrence, Richmond. That's your old club, isn't it?
Richmond Tigers. That's it. Yeah, my club.
The AFL club.
Looked after me very well.
And lane 7 from Knox, Daniel Malone. Actually, Daniel Malone's in lane 8, isn't he?
Yeah, I like.
I was done a bit of a swifty on the.
He's doing the standing start.
Lanes
that's
with us. The home straight, because I think Eli Taylor, his teammate in Box Hill, is looking pretty good as well, as is Daniel Malone on the outside. But I think it will be your tip from the start of the race, James, in Jeremy Shum, who powers towards the finish line.
I don't know, Malone.
Although, I called it too quickly. We're used to these distance races.
Huge finish.
56, low 56 for Daniel Malone, come across the top of the field, followed by Jeremy Shum, Eli Taylor, the young lad from Doncaster, as he'll henceforth be known, and Murray Lawrence from Richmond Harriers there.
Yeah, that was a pretty impressive run by Malone. So I didn't expect that second charge.
And the time that he's given us, if this is true, 64 seconds. So he's run 56. Exactly. That's a massive, massive PB, or even a massive season's best here tonight. What's next? What do we have?
Women's C race. So,
mate, we're already halfway through the night here. Women's C race already.
There you go. So, doesn't look like we have lane 1. So I'll start from lane 2. We've got Murray Campbell of Old Scotch, Kiara Baker, Chavella Tanubrata from Box Hill, Sienna Hilberg of Box Hill, Sophie O'Connell of Old Zavs, and Hayley McGoldrick of Box Hill. So plenty of black, white and grey. Is that what we'll say the colours are? Black and white, black and grey, black, white, grey.
Yeah, a bit of yellow, a bit of green. Bit of red.
For Box Hill.
Oh, okay. Plenty of Box Hill runners.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a few of them. That's going to be the theme for tonight, isn't it?
I would have thought so. Pretty easy just to drive around the corner.
And exciting too. Good to support your club. This is a great event that they've put on, and it's nice to see the sprints and the distance races combined as well.
Exactly. So close to home. Might as well just walk around the corner instead of doing a training session at your local track. Just come and have a good hit out on a Thursday night.
Yeah, exactly right.
Too bad if you come from... Where would I rather be? Oh, mate, nowhere. No, I'm lost for words. I can't think of anywhere.
That's right.
Hey, I've got a fun fact for someone in this race.
Love fun facts.
Murray Campbell in lane 2 from Old Scotch. She came 6th in this event in the under-16s at the recent All Schools Champs.
Good
and I have
stat.
plenty more facts where that came from, mate.
Cannot wait. I really can't wait for that.
So you can tell she's more a specialist 400 girl in Murray Campbell, and
She's had
she's
a good
one of the faster PBs in the race as well.
So is she going to be your tip then? Fastest in the race?
It would have been, except we see Kiara Backer from Box Hill, or is that Chavella? Chavella from Box Hill getting out pretty strong in the middle.
Yeah, some very strong starts. And McGoldrick too on the outside. Campbell of Old Scotch though, she's still looking very strong. She could show her experience here.
Sophie O'Connell running well on the outside also. Tell you what, Murray Campbell though, we talked her up at the start of the race, and for good reason. I think she's running very strong on the inside and will just about come into the home straight in front. Unless Hayley McGoldrick has something to say about it, who is probably a few metres in front of her again. I'll tell you what.
Might have that runner mistaken.
I'll tell you what, someone's done the old switcheroo on us. So I was running 4700, comes through at a 61 second to finish off. The St. Kevin's athlete, Murray Campbell, running very strong as well in that race there. The women's C400.
Yeah, certainly that shuffling's caught us off guard.
Yeah, I know. That's how they get you, though. That is how they get you.
That's all right. It just allows the seating to be better and for everyone to have some better racing, and that's really what we're after, isn't it? It's not about our job just being easier.
Well, you know, it'd be nice if both could happen. Very good. We're powering through these 400s tonight.
Yeah, we sure
I guess it's just the one-lappers.
Yeah.
More time will be taken when the 1500s come on later.
Yeah. Because last time we were doing this, there was 3Ks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One lap's a lot quicker than 7.5, right?
You're not wrong about that, mate. You are not wrong. Do you have your little sheet there for the next next race? There we go.
I certainly do.
Mate, call out the names for us, please.
So, no lane 1. So I'll go straight from 2. And we've got David Bleisher of Maccabi, David Mitchell of Doncaster, James Shaw of Box Hill, Kurt Golonka of Glen Huntly, Darcy Bomish of Box Hill, and Harvey Mason of Geelong Gill.
Oh, you got a few fun facts on your little...
yeah,
your
I
little.
do.
Actually, no, we don't have sheets, do we? Don't ruin it for the people at home. Tell us some fun facts off the top of your head, mate.
That I just know at the top of my head.
What can you remember from watching these guys over the past month?
So, David Bleisher, he's been racing a fair bit in our AV Shield series, and pretty recently ran 55.0. So that's just off his PB. So I expect him to be coming in pretty hot form and hopefully run his PB of 54.5 tonight.
Yeah, nice.
David Mitchell, he's been running a lot of long distance stuff. So this is his first time down to the sprints.
Okay, a bit of speed you reckon he's gained?
Yeah. So, yeah, let's see how we go here. So out of the blocks very quickly, I think that was Darcy Beamish of Box Hill. So he's had a very good start, and David Mitchell too of Doncaster on the inside. We'll see how he goes over the shorter distance. Hopefully that aerobic engine will help get him through the second half.
Exactly, might hold him in good steads in the second half of this 400-metre race. And who do you reckon's in front now?
So I think that's James Shaw of Box Hill.
Box Hill in the middle.
The Box Hill's draped at the front, but now coming through on the inside, that's going to be David Mitchell of Doncaster. So in the home straight, Mitchell and Shaw.
The
A good little
endurance
rivalry,
man.
the old Doncaster and Box Hill.
The Eastern Suburbs rivals.
Yeah, that's it. And David Mitchell certainly showing his strength. Whew. That's been a very good run. 54.
And we're getting pretty quick now, aren't we?
We
As
certainly are.
we get to these
Certainly
lower
are.
graded races. So there you go. Was it David Mitchell from
David
Doncaster?
Mitchell, yep, in a
Coming down from the longer stuff to test his speed.
Yeah, that's right. So 54 and a half, I reckon the clock got him at. So that's quicker than what he's entered at. So hopefully he'll walk away happy tonight.
I'd say he would.
And James Shaw, he was just behind him. And that will round out our men's C400.
Very good, very good.
What's next? We've got the women's B.
Women's B. We're getting to the pointy end now, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
So
so
you got any more of your special facts about this race?
let's just see off the top of my head. Charlie Power, who is in lane 1 here from Box Hill. Surprise, surprise.
Yep.
She actually came third at the All Schools in the 400 metres.
Okay, really?
Under 15 athlete.
Yep.
So fairly young. Few younger athletes in this race by the looks of it. Around that 59 to 61 second range. Also another former athlete of mine, Kalera Ratu from Western Athletics. You know, she has represented Victoria in touch football, women's football, and athletics.
Wow. That's very impressive.
So she's...
Versatility.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say her as a bit of a multi-event athlete as well. So we'll see how she goes. Hoping to break 60 for the first time. So in lane 1, we have Charlie Power. Lane 2, Amy Atkinson. Lane 3, Sophie Hanlon. Lane 4, Joanna O'Connell. Lane 5, Kalera Ratu. Lane 6, Eve Parry. And lane 7, Greta Miller. Let's see how they go. So it looks like the athlete Joanna O'Connell from Doncaster, making a very strong start in the middle of the track there. Also the athlete from Glen Huntley in Sophia Hanlon, running very strong in the blue colours on the back straight. Bit of competition on the inside as well from Charlie Power and Amy Atkinson, the higher seeded athletes in this event tonight. As they round the bend, it looks like it is still an athlete from Doncaster in Joanna O'Connell. Joanna O'Connell has entered the straight first, charging towards the finish. About to be challenged, though, by the athlete from Glen Huntley and Sophia Hanlon. Also, Charlie Power running very, very strongly on the inside, the athlete from Box Hill. And that's low, I'd say low 58 second 400 there from our winner, Joanna O'Connell from Doncaster. Bit of a
racing.
Yeah, a bit of a good race there in the end. A couple of challenges late on the inside. So that's good. Who knew? 400s, eh?
They're exciting. Tough. I reckon 400's got to be one of the toughest events on the track.
That lactic, eh?
Yeah.
That lactic.
So respect for our 400 runners out there tonight. Ideal conditions, I reckon. Not that I'm a sprinter and I know a whole heap about it, but...
Pretend you do, mate.
Yeah, pretend I do, and it's still out there. The sun's just starting to set. It's not too hot.
Mate, you got to have sun if you're sprinting. Got to see where you're going.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Got a couple of lights here at Box Hill track as well, because the last couple of races on the program will be nearing 9 o'clock, just after the sun sets. So be nice to get a few races under lights later on.
Yeah, I reckon I'm looking forward to those 15s.
And what's next on the track? Is that
the men's B 400?
Men's B. There you go.
So let's have a look. Who is going to be stepping up onto the track? It's like Matthew Dugan. Or sorry, rather Fraser Jones. Who'll be stepping into lane 2. In lane 3, the box are set out, but I'm not sure I see Connor Ogilvie. He is also entered for the 1500 later on, so maybe he's just sticking his focus to that. Otherwise, we have Harry Blackburn of Box Hill, Jack Clark of Diamond Valley, Matt McKenna of Old Zavs, and Ed Duran Kennedy also of Old Zavs. So Jack Clark, the outside Diamond Valley athlete, he started this season with a 56, and he's just slowly worked his way down to a 52.
Whoa,
So
there you go.
Some good improvement so far this
There's some
season.
inside knowledge that you've got there.
I'd love
Do you know
to
the
see-
lad?
Yeah. No, I'd love to see him go a little bit quicker tonight, maybe under 52. So I think he's one to watch out for.
Just keep racing, keep chipping away, little PBs.
Yeah. So a couple of these guys have been racing a fair bit at the AV Shield Series, so that's good to see. Harry Blackburn's another one of those at Box Hill, where he just ran 53.4 just the other day. So let's see how they go here. Fraser Jones, he's another one who's in cracking form. He ran his PB just a few weeks ago at Shield, and he's been racing a lot, so hitting some good form before Christmas.
That's what we want, that pre-Christmas form. Take it away, James.
That's right. So Fraser Jones, I reckon he's got the best start on the inside, although of Box Hill, that'll be Harry Blackburn. So he's moved his way up into what looks to be third place. On the outside, Edgeron Kennedy of Old Zavs, he's leading us, but Harry Blackburn, he will be showing us his speed. Now, on his outside, he will be challenged by Jack Clark around the bend. Blackburn, though, looks to be too strong, but watch out for Fraser Jones. He's still about, and he's coming through on the inside. So Fraser Jones, he'll look to be the main challenger, but Harry Blackburn is looking very strong. Although, here comes the late charging Jack Clark, and he's the one that has been running quicker and quicker in 51. So
we
he
want him to
started
get
the
under
season at a 56, and now he's down to a 51.
How could you discount him in that race, James?
Oh,
That was going under 52, and he has.
that is fantastic racing.
And how about it? The end of the 400-metre program with the women's A race and men's race, the only ones to come. Who was our winner in the first race? His name escapes me, but wonder if we'll see him lining up now in the A race.
Oh, that's right.
Our 51 second
Yeah.
guy. He would have won the B race.
He certainly would have.
All right. Women's A race.
Dun, dun, dun.
If everyone is here, which we'll find out shortly, it looks like there's 7 sets of blocks on the track.
Yeah, I'm not sure I spy Sophie O'Sullivan. Must be saving it for the 15 later
Yeah,
on.
she's got a slash 1500 next to her name. So we see Nana Owusu in lane 1, the athlete from Box Hill. Anastasia Purcell, Box Hill, lane 2. Sophie O'Sullivan isn't starting in the 400 by the looks of it. There is a Box Hill athlete in her place, so she will go unnamed. She'll be the young lady from Box Hill, I believe. Samantha Olsen, lane 4 from Box Hill. Jess Morney, lane 5 from Box Hill. They're not making it easy for us to call it, are they? Lane 6, Claudia Carter from Glen Huntley. And lane 7, Rachel Lindberg from Box Hill. So those are the starters in the women's A race. So one to watch, obviously, will be Nana Owusu in lane 1. She represented Australia this year at the World Junior Championships in the 4x100. So she's more of a sprinter and has done the odd 400 very, very quickly. I'd even say she's a 1 to 4 runner. She's not, by no means, she's not a 400 runner.
So she's just extra quick over the short stuff. That's all you're trying to say.
She's just quick. Yeah. Just keep an eye on her. She's quick. Captain Wesley, Wesley College last year to an APS victory in the girls as well. Anastasia Purcell, she actually has a PB of 56.0 though, according to the IAAF rankings website, and is faster than Nana over the 200 metres. So she could be one to watch in lane 2. She would have been one to watch in lane 2, except she's not there. As I look up to the track.
Yeah.
So would Sophie O'Sullivan. She would have been good to watch because she won the 400 metres at the All Schools Champs in the under-18.
That's
so
very right.
Keep a close eye on Nana and then all the Box Hill athletes, let's just say. And we also have Claudia Carter, of course, the athlete from Glen Huntly. So it's
Yeah,
Box Hill
we
versus
need
the
to
rest.
see the Box Hill domination be disturbed in this race, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because they're all Box Hill except for Carter.
This seems just like one of those old APS pre-finals day runoffs. See who's going to make the team.
Oh, yeah.
Trials day.
The Box Hill trials.
At least Rachel Lindbergh in lane 7 has a pink top on. So I reckon she's done that to make it easier for us.
Yeah, it's kind, isn't it?
Okay, and obviously off to a very, very strong start on lane 1 is Nana Owusu. Also, Samantha Olsen from Box Hill is running fairly strongly on the inside, but it's all Nana Owusu that we need to keep our eyes on. The athlete from Glen Huntly, Claudia Carter, is running a pretty solid race in the middle. But as we watch Nana Owusu go through 200 metres in about 24 to 25 seconds, she will be aiming for a time around the mid-50s. And it looks like if she doesn't hit the wall in the last little part, she will probably get there. Also, in the inside, the Box Hill athlete, we just got to determine which one is running very strongly. I think that is Samantha Olsen is challenging Nana. Obviously got a bit of endurance and is running very, very strongly. So is Samantha Olsen coming in strong. Nana looks like she's done an injury in the home straight, unfortunately. So, actually, that was the athlete. Samantha Olsen came in second there in about 58 seconds. The athlete who jumped into Sophie O'Sullivan's spot, the younger athlete from Box Hill, has won that race in about 57 seconds. So as Nana just jogs towards the finish.
Well done.
Yeah, it looks like she pulled a hamstring or a...
Yeah, hurt something.
Her leg in some way, yeah.
Gosh, she was looking very good that first 300.
She did, and she started to slow down a little bit until, yeah, she just all of a sudden must have pulled something. So that's unfortunate to see.
Yeah, we certainly hope that she'll be okay.
At least she'll be consoled by all the Box Hill athletes, teammates race there.
That's it.
Just good old training session that they had out on the track. Well, Box Hill ladies. So hopefully Nana's all right and there's nothing too serious. So men's A race will be up next. Will Johns in lane 1, just still in his warm-up kit, and Sonny's.
Yeah, just taking it calm, being relaxed, but he's certainly one to watch out for. So he's the Victorian champion over the 200. He finished third too in the 100. And at Nationals in this event, he was 6th. So 6th best in the country. He's certainly one to watch out for. He's got some good teammates though in this one. So Luke Major, who'll be in lane 2. The 400 hurdler, certainly another one to watch out for. And Michael Chochos.
I'll tell you what.
He's in very good form at the moment.
I think the starter was trying to hurry along Will Johns in lane 1 just then. However, as we look at the timetable, men's A race due to get underway at 7:20, and it's only 7:12 on my watch. So
yeah, that's pretty early.
Pretty efficient so far. The old Whitehorse Twilight meet. That's one thing that makes you pretty just calm, relaxed, and happy when you go to an athletics meet. You want it to run on time, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. Worst thing is running late, not knowing when you might be starting.
So Box Hill doing a good job tonight of keeping the program, well, not running late. Is it to time if it's running early?
Yeah.
That's even debatable, I think.
It's so.
You'd rather run early than late. But
yeah, that's right. And if you're already out there, they're ready to go now. So
exactly, yeah.
Why not just get them started?
I've always been a stickler for the minute is the minute. Then you know how to time your warm-up just nice.
Yeah, that's right. But certainly they'll all be ready to go. I reckon the Sea of Blue of Glen Huntly, it could be in for the trifecta.
Yeah, how's
I'd
this just swapped over?
Yep,
from the Box Hill runners to the Glen Huntly colours.
That's it.
I don't mind the light blue top. I always like
good,
that singlet.
It's very good.
I mean, it's got nothing on the colours of the navy blue, red and yellow of Western Athletics, but it's still nice.
Or the red, white and blue
of the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to our starters. Michael Chochos, he has just run his PB quite recently at AV Shield. We've got Matthew Harcourt of Box Hill. Michael Geese of Old Melburnians, Cooper Smith of Glen Huntly, and Oscar Hunter of Old Zavs. So everyone away pretty well there. I think Luke Major of lane 2, he got the best start. But also on the outside of Glen Huntly, Cooper Smith. And he certainly had a very successful campaign at the AV All Schools a couple of weeks ago. So could we be in for the Glen Huntly 1, 2, 3, 4 treat? I think we could be, to be honest, because look at that sea of blue on the inside. So Will Johns, he's leading them. Chochos, he's coming off the bend pretty strong, and then just on his inside will be Luke Major. So Cooper Smith of Glen Huntly, he's still fighting strong, but Will Johns looking ever so smooth on the inside. So Johns and Major, Chochos finishing off hard. So that, do you reckon they got the top 4? That was a strong finish.
I don't know, but Glen Huntly boys have put on an absolute clinic tonight
sure
in this men's A race.
That was fantastic running. I reckon the clock got them at a high 47. Yeah. So if so, that's a good PB for Chochos.
Definitely.
Major 2 at 47.9, and Will Johns, he was showing his class there, wasn't he? He looked pretty smooth over that last 100.
From the minute he stepped on the track just to do his warm-up run-throughs, he was showing his class. He was looking good.
Looked very confident.
If you ever want to look quick, just whack on a pair of sunnies, and people sort of, they'll notice.
Yeah, and take your tracksuit pants off last.
Yeah, I think that's the key.
Yeah.
If you keep your warm-up top on for the longest, people know you're serious.
Yeah, because you're keeping your legs warm.
Well, you don't want cold legs when you're running, do you, mate?
No, you don't.
No.
Not for a 400.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
What do we have next?
We have a bit of a break next, actually, James.
Okay.
We've got a few presentations from Nev and Megan to be made. So next time we'll be watching the races. We'll be, it's right up the top again. So the men's A race at 7:40 will be the next race that will be on the track.
Very exciting.
Great opportunity now to hit that barbecue area.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
And while we do wait for this men's A 1500 metres, we've got our commentators in Michael and James down at the 1500 metre start line. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, Lockie. I think we're both pretty excited for this one, wouldn't you say, Michael?
Absolutely. We've got the 12-odd runners under 3:55 with the highest seed time of Ben Buckingham of 3:47 tonight. So very, very tight pack we're expecting tonight.
Yeah, I think it'll certainly be a very close race, and we've seen a lot of these guys throughout the season already. Vic Miller's 3K was one of those, but I reckon let's go for a little bit of a walk and see if we can get a bit of inside scoop for these runners.
Yeah, absolutely. Who do we like? Who we see on the track that we can have a bit of a chat to?
All right, let's have a look. They're all kind of doing strides at the moment.
How about our race favourite, Ben Buckingham?
Yeah, Ben Buckingham over here. He's certainly one to watch out for tonight. He had a very good run at the Vic Milers 3K. He was 4th in that with an 8:04. He won it the year before, and I think he's probably coming into some better form than he was about a couple of weeks ago at the Vic Milers. What do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Ben's is putting a massive XCR season as well. Someone else who has put in a big XCR season is Mitch Thompson, the athlete you'll see from Deakin Athletics. So he's seated at a 3:48. He was very, very strong junior in the 800, sometimes 1500. He actually ran the 5K at the state champs the other day as well, so he'll be one to watch using his combination of endurance and speed in tonight's 1500. We've also got Cody Shanahan as well, the gun from Western Athletics. We might actually try and have a chat with him as he walks past in a couple of minutes. But he's definitely one to watch for. He had such a good kick finish at the end of that 5K, the silver medalist from the Open 5K. First year as an Open athlete as well. Cody, you looking for a big race? Looking for a big race tonight, mate?
Always, mate. Always.
How's your last week of training been going?
Oh, I think Saturday ruined me a bit, mate.
What do you do on Saturday?
There's a little thing called Run the Bay. It's just started. Fucking.
He said if I can do it again, I would do it again.
Yeah.
So, great running at Run the Bay relays and the silver medal in the 5K champs as well. So we're looking forward to seeing you race tonight, Cody. We're heading to PB Town, do you reckon?
Hopefully. That's what we're here for.
All right, good stuff, Cody. Looking forward to Cody Shanahan getting out on track later. Absolutely. Who else, James?
Oh, let's go have a look. I reckon let's have a chat to his mates here. Norms, Liam, how are we feeling, boys?
Yeah, not too bad. Just pacing tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What's the pace going to be at?
I think Mitch Thompson wants 159 through 800.
Okay, 159 through 800. That's what the requested pace is. So that'll get him about a 3. Yeah. That should be pretty exciting. How about you, Norms? How you feeling?
I'm just happy to be here, mate.
Yeah, he's looking good. Like the shoes. We'll leave him to it. Good luck, fellas. All right.
Run through the start list.
Yeah, okay. Let's go through the start list. So we have Benjamin Buckingham of St. Stephen's, Mitch Thompson of Deakin, Luke Young, our under-18 Australian 1500 champ.
Well, there you go.
He's down to Victoria, so he'll be exciting to watch. Will Potter of Box Hill, St. Stephen's, Cody Shanahan from Western Athletics, Tim Logan of Diamond Valley, Tom Thorpe, who won't be running tonight, Nick Baggett of Box Hill, Ryan Norman, who we just spoke to before, of Eureka, and Harry Norman, no relation there, of Yarra Rangers. So straight after this men's A1500, we'll be going into the women's A1500. And conditions are beautiful here right now, wouldn't you say?
I would say, absolutely. There's hardly any wind. I'm looking for a wind sock here. There's no wind socks here at Box Hill Athletics track, but not a breath of wind in the air, I reckon. It's perfect temperature, I would say, for distance running or activity of any sort, really. We see a few of the women's warming up at the moment in the back straight. Their race will be 8 minutes after the men's race, so in that we will hopefully see if there's no dropouts. Sophie O'Sullivan, the athlete from Glen Huntly, who was going to run the 400 earlier today. We didn't see her, so hopefully she's out here somewhere because she's a very exciting athlete whenever she's on track. Stella Radford, Emily Guy, Anna Saw, Lucinda Buckley, Marley Campton, Mel Townsend, Lucinda Rourke, Ashley Tregus, Annabelle Eastman, Amy Bunnage, Bridget Seeley, and Erin Rayner. So Locke's sister there, and the winner of the 800 metres at the last Milers Club race. Who are you liking in the girls' race, James?
Oh, Sophie O'Sullivan is pretty hard to go by. 422 PB. She'll be looking very dangerous.
But for now, we are going to cross back up to Lockie. He's going to give us a bit of an insight into the long jump. And then we'll be getting underway with our 1500s very shortly.
I'm taking this back upstairs. No point being over there.
these tracks. It's a participatory sport.
Thanks, Lockie. We're down here at Box Hill. We're here at the second competition of long jump, and we've got Harry that's now being called to the track, but it looks like he's passing. So we've got Rachel Lindbergh, who hasn't jumped in a while, so she's just coming back from a few niggles. So we're looking forward to seeing how she performs here. They're jumping off the closest board to the runner, and that's a good jump by Rachel. She was just off the board there.
So welcome once again, Paul. Hopefully we'll see a fair bit of you around the tracks.
Okay, and Lachlan, we're going to throw back to you for the start of the 1500 metre race, as Rachel just jumped to 5:31. The 1500 is about to start, and then we'll come back down and pick up the long jump.
All right, so I think we're about to get underway for the men's A 1500, the first of the 1500s tonight, and it is perfect conditions right now. I certainly expect some PBs to get slashed tonight. So just a bit of a recap of our entry list. If you've just tuned in, we've got Benjamin Buckingham, Mitch Thompson, Luke Young, Will Potter, Ed Baisha, Lockie Aspinall, Cody Shanahan, Tim Logan, Tom Thorpe, Nick Baggett, Ryan Norman, and Harry Norman. So Ben Buckingham, he'll be wearing the red, white and blue of the mighty St. Stephen's Harriers. He's the quickest in this field with a 3:47 seed time, and he is in good form, coming off an 8:04 3K. Vic Milers a couple of weeks ago.
So it's funny, with the distance races, there's a bit more travel from around Metro Melbourne. There's not just the depth of Box Hill runners that we see in this race today, although Box Hill, very strong distance running club, James.
Oh, they certainly are. They were the premiers of the XCR, as much as it pains me to say. So our paces in the bright green, that is really helpful, and that looks good.
Yeah, thanks, boys.
That's Liam Cashin and Lockie Mann. So the requested pace was about 159 through 800. So it'd be looking about a 3:43 or 3:44 for a 1500. So I think these boys are definitely up for the challenge tonight. And it looks like Liam has done a perfect job, about 30 seconds through the first 200.
Mate, they've even got pacer on their shirt. How good's that?
That is unreal.
Okay, so that was 45 seconds through that first lap, as they are looking for around about 59, 60 seconds per lap. Spot on by Liam there, guiding one of his club mates in Cody Shanahan through, but also the rest of the field. And Lockie Mann is doing the same in a great job. Around about 61 for that lap, I think, as well. So right on pace. The athletes fairly bunched up at the moment, as Mitch Thompson makes his way towards the front of that pack to try and sit on Lockie Mann's heels. Cody Shanahan not letting him get away, nor does Ben Buckingham there, sitting 1, 2, 3. The three athletes that we mentioned at the start of the stream, including Cody, who we're lucky enough to get that interview with. So Mitch, very comfortable, just sitting on a pacer. And Ben just letting the other three boys do all the work by the looks of it. Back in the field, we have Luke Young, 140, what was that, about 147 through the 700.
Yeah, so that would have been about a 61 to 62. I'm going to say a mid 61 for that lap. So they've slowed down slightly. Now 2:01 through 800. So Lockie Mann, our pacer, in the green. Mitch Thompson looking very smooth on his shoulder. So too is Ben Buckingham. He's lurking very dangerously. I think that'll be Luke Young, who is in fourth. And on his tail, Tim Logan. Cody Shanahan looking smooth. Watch out for him over this last 500. So Mitch Thompson, he will be our leader, sitting second behind our pacer, Lockie Mann. Once Lockie pulls off the track,
keep an eye on the back of the field as well, James, because that's where we see a lot of shuffling of the pack. I mean, Mitch Thompson is on the heels of Lockie Mann nicely, and Ben Buckingham is just itching to take the lead from him. But back in the field, Luke Young, Tim Norton, and Cody Shanahan, Ben Beischer, all running great races there. But we see last 300, last 250 metres, Mitch Thompson actually getting a bit more of a break on Ben Buckingham. You can see the difference in their techniques. Mitch striding out a bit more than the short, sharp strides of Ben. 200 metres to go, and Mitch is only increasing his lead, and both boys are increasing their overall lead. There you go. Thank you for that pickup, Joe. And the athlete Harry Norman from the Yarra Rangers closing out the field before Ryan Norman from Eureka crosses the finish line in 4 minutes and 10 seconds there. So pretty exciting men's A race. It was good to see the paces there and the pace being followed by a couple of the boys, and then in the middle everyone was sort of that bit of a pack, a bit of lead change and a few change of positions, James.
Yeah, certainly. You could see the guys, as in Mitch and Ben, that actually got after the pace early. They kind of split up from the rest of the group, and then it almost became two different races in a way. And Cody Shanahan looking very strong in that chase pack over the last 300 or so. But yeah, Mitch Thompson, that was pretty good running. So we will go down to get another update on the long jump. We'll head down to you, Raf. What do you got for us?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm down here at the long jump, and we've just seen Kelly jump from Collingwood. Let's see if she improves on her first round jump. We've got a few jumpers here that are some pretty big jumpers. Darcy Roper's jumping for the first time in quite a long time. But this is Kelly Elf. She jumped a 5.40 in her first round. And she's jumped a 5.30. So 5.30 now, his second round jump. And now we've got Harry, who's taken to his jump for the first jump. He didn't attempt the first one. So we'll see where Harry Blackburn tends to end on his first jump. But the big one that everyone's watching at least is Darcy Roper. Darcy Roper has certainly jumped a really big jump in his first round, but it was a foul. It was a clear foul, but it was a huge jump. So we'll see how Harry goes. Just off a short run up, just saving himself.
With the win in 58.20. So Joanna O'Connell in 58.20, Charlie Power in 58.40, Sophia Hanlon and Amy Atkinson there.
All right, we're going to see where Harry goes with that. As you can see, there's two boards here that the athletes are jumping off.
Back to Ratu in 60.96 and Parry in 61.
And this jump is...
will appear shortly, but they were your A and B 400 times. Thanks, Nick.
A 4.98. So we're going to throw back up to you guys now in the commentary box before we come back to long jump with some more updates.
All right, thanks, Raf. And to run through the starters in the women's A 1500 again to refresh everyone's memory. In lane one, this is if all the athletes are there that are on our start list, of course. So Sophie O'Sullivan from Glen Huntly, Stella Radford, Emily Guy, Anna Saw, Lucinda Buckley, Marley Campton, Mel Townsend, Lucinda Rourke, Ashley Tregus, Annabelle Eastman, Amy Bunnage, Bridget Seeley, and Erin Rayner to round out this field in the women's 1500 metre A race. So some pretty very accomplished athletes. Plenty of juniors in this race as well who have done quite well at all schools over the past month. Also a few recognisable names from the last Milers Club race as well. So I do see Morgan Mitchell in this race as well. She was initially in the women's B race, but she must have been given a start in the women's A. So some might think it's a bit strange to see Morgan in this race, but she is trying out a few of the endurance events this summer, I believe. So she used to be quite a good junior. She actually ran for Victoria in the cross-country nationals as a junior, as a young athlete, but I don't think she's done a 1500 metre event since then, certainly not on the track. Oh, definitely not in training, I would have said. So the girls come through. Annabelle Eastman taking that first 353 seconds. Lucinda Rourke is right there, tucked in. O'Sullivan, the two have had numerous battles over the APS season the athlete from Wesley and the athlete from Haileybury there. So a very dense pack moves through the first 400 metres, James.
So that was about a 73 through the first 400. We can see a bit of a group of three, maybe just starting to break away. So quite bunched up. Perhaps not quite as fast through that 400 as they might have liked. Morgan Mitchell, she's looking very smooth on the outside.
Mate, I saw her at training on Tuesday night. She's looking very smooth indeed and getting more comfortable with that distance running.
I guess, yeah, dropping up down in the pace. So Marley Campton, she is our leader. And right by her side is Lucinda Buckley. So they're working very well together. And that's Lucinda Rourke, who's sitting right behind them. She's tucked in and looking very comfortable. So Sullivan, she's there in 5th place. She's also looking pretty comfortable. Morgan Mitchell just on her outside. But Buckley sitting on her shoulder.
And it looks like they go through the 800 metre mark in about 2:24, 2:25. So the bunch remains Marley Campton from Box Hill, Lucinda Buckley from Melbourne Uni, Lucinda Rourke just itching there. And she's my tip for the win. The athlete from Haileybury keeps running PB after PB. Amy Bunnage, also another Haileybury athlete right there as well. Morgan Mitchell running very strong. Sophie O'Sullivan, you can never discount her. And the athlete from Athletic Essendon in Emily Guy form the front pack, who breaks away a little bit from that second pack, who is led out by Erin Rayner. So we see with 1 lap to go, O'Sullivan making a move up on the shoulder of Marley Campton. Lucinda Rourke is right there as well. And as I said, do not discount her. She would be my tip going into this final lap. Sophie O'Sullivan is a very, very strong runner. And could the 400 metre speed of Morgan Mitchell show something in this last part for a massive 20 or 30 second odd PB for Morgan? We see Lucinda Rourke lead into the last 300 metres in front, James.
Yeah, so about a 75 for that lap. Now, look at the challenge here. O'Sullivan has exploded along the back straight. Rourke on her inside, but look, she's a good tactician, O'Sullivan. She's got to the bend first. So if Rourke wants to challenge her, she's going to have to wait or go on the outside. Morgan Mitchell still looking pretty strong. She's sitting in 4th spot. But O'Sullivan, she's looking very strong, but Rourke is lurking pretty dangerously right behind her. Can O'Sullivan hold her off because she's coming on the outside and she's ready to charge? O'Sullivan gritting the teeth, showing that strength, and this one's going to go right down to the wire. Oh, I think O'Sullivan has just edged her out.
Right ahead, I reckon.
Yeah, that was a great finish, and so too for 3rd place. Morgan Mitchell.
And Marley Campton.
And was that Marley Campton too? Yeah, she was our early leader.
So Morgan Mitchell, I think, just ran a 4:32 odd, 4:31. So huge peak. Well, I don't know if you can call it PB. First time she's run it in about 10 years.
Yeah, you can call that a PB.
Yeah,
that's her personal best 1,500 metre time.
Absolutely. Massive battle there from Sophie O'Sullivan and Lucinda Rourke. Every time we rock up to APS cross country, you look forward to that battle, and they don't disappoint. That was a great race.
Yes, certainly did not disappoint with that one. They both timed that beautifully too. Like, both ready to make moves on the last lap. But anyway, we'll cross down to Raf at the long jump just to get a bit of an update of what is happening down there. What have you got for us, Raf?
Thank you, James. Yeah, we've got the long jump down here. Noah is taking to the long jump right now. So he's the one you can see that's just coming out of the pit, the Doncaster athlete. As you can see, there are 2 boards here that they jump from, and they opt to jump from either the closer one to the pit or the further one from the pit. That was a jump of 4.80. Now Noah's jump of 4.80 was a 4.91 was his best jump in his first round, and then he jumped a 4.83 and a 4.80. We've got Kelly Elf, who's jumped a 5.40, a 5.30, and now she's taking for her third attempt. And this is really good for Kelly because the last time she was down here at Box Hill, she jumped, I think it was 3 no jumps. So this is excellent to get 2 jumps in, and hopefully this one's a decent jump as well. She's got some good speed. Fantastic. Not quite on the board, so she gave herself plenty of room from the board. Okay, we're going to move back to the start of this next race. Thanks, Lachlan.
So lining up on the track at the moment, we've got the men's B 1500. We'll have Jesse Maxwell down from New South Wales, Mason Scott, Peter Green, Harrison Carr, Lachlan Hurd, Michael Dow, Matthew O'Donnell, Aidan Roberts, Tristan Day, Ben Kelly, Dion Finicario, Alexander Ritchie, Eric Ueda, Connor Ogilvie, and Douglas Buckeridge. So a couple of these guys were entered in our 400s before, so Connor Ogilvie and Dion Finicario. So I reckon they've geared themselves up for a big 1500 tonight.
Saving the legs, you reckon?
Yeah, that's it. Put all the eggs in the one basket, and why not? Because the conditions are beautiful out there.
Did you think I said saving your eggs or saving your legs? A bit confused then.
No, I knew that you said saving the legs, and then I just added the extra element of eggs in the basket, you know.
And I liked it. I like the extra element.
I'm glad you did.
If anyone's on Facebook as well and wants a bit of a shout out, we're always happy to pump up our viewers and supporters. So just drop a little comment in the box there, and we'll be sure to shout out your name.
Yeah, why not? Alrighty, so we've got some of our distance gurus in this one. So Ben Kelly, our half marathoner, who had a pretty good run in the 800 at Vic Milers, if you remember that one. And then, yeah, Dion, our ultra runner. And too, Eric Ueda, he was doing some of the pacing for Sinead Diver's Melbourne Marathon record not too long ago.
So we see our reliable pacers back as well in Lockie Mann and Liam Cashin out for the B race, James.
Yeah, good on them. Looks like they're getting a bit of a session out of this one. And it looks like the pace has gone out well. They're nicely strung out, so that's when we know the pace is on. It's a good hint. They're strung out. They're not bunched up. That's what these boys will want to do. They'll be wanting to run fast tonight. So through 45 seconds in that first 300. So pretty similar pace to that first heat we saw. So if these guys are up for it, they'll be on for a good time.
We can always rely on these paces. 62 for that first lap. Hopefully that was about the mark they were hoping for. They were getting around the low 350 mark. So a lot of their PBs sit at 4 minutes, give or take about 5 seconds. So still Lachlan Hurd, who is sitting just behind Liam Cashin, our pacemaker. Jesse Maxwell, our interstate athlete, is right up there as well, just on the heels of Hurd, as is a couple of our Box Hill athletes. Ben Kelly from Glen Huntly as well. Dion Finicario as well. The ultra athlete from Mentone is in the pack.
He's looking comfortable too.
So everyone's still so closely bunched together. The athlete from Diamond Valley and Aidan Roberts just puts a hand on the back of Ben Kelly there as he moves, or looks to move around him, but doesn't, because Ben Kelly says, hang on, I might move up myself. Lachlan Hurd going through in about 2:08, 2:09, so the pace has slowed to about a 4-minute pace. So they'll try and hang on the heels of the experienced Liam Cashin through this third lap, the hardest lap of your 1500 running, James.
Yeah, that's it. The premiership quarter. But yeah, all these boys are running really well. They've all got onto the pace. We still have our same leader in Lachlan Hurd sitting very comfortably on Cashin's shoulder. So Jesse Maxwell from New South Wales, he wants to make the trip worthwhile, but Ben Kelly, he's looking very dangerous, and Aiden Roberts too behind him. Then watch out for the group of Box Hill lurking from behind. So through the bell, Lachlan Hurd, he has been sitting on the paces for much of this race. Jesse Maxwell right behind him. Ben Kelly and Roberts. Watch out for Matthew O'Donnell. He's slowly edged his way up, and he's ready to make a stake over this last 300.
How's the grit of Ben Kelly, though? He's just such a grinder. He'll never let anyone get away easily in a race, whether it be cross-country, 800, 1500. We see the athlete Aiden Roberts from Diamond Valley move up on the shoulder of Kelly, of Maxwell, and of Hurd as he slips his way into first place and charges towards the finish line. Maxwell isn't going to let him get away too quickly. Also the athlete from Old Scotch as well.
Watch out for Harrison Carr.
He's making a move up towards Maxwell and the athlete Aiden Roberts from Diamond Valley. But Maxwell charging towards the finish. The athlete from Scotch in Harrison Carr is making a late move, but it is too late. Jesse Maxwell is the winner in this men's B race, followed by Harrison Carr, Aiden Roberts. Very good run from all these athletes here, with everyone coming under 4:06 mark. Dion Finicario, the ultra marathon runner, has finished strongly as well.
Yeah, I think most of these boys will be going home happy after that one. It was very good running. That huge move on the back straight of Aiden Roberts from Diamond Valley. No surprises. He was a bronze medalist in the 1500 at the recent Vic All Schools. Mason Scott, he has been in good form as well, recently running his PB down at AV Shield. He was the Athletics Essendon Challenger. Anyway, so far these 1500s don't prove to be disappointing whatsoever. What's next on the track for us, Mika?
Well, I've got the women's B race up next, James. I'm left a little bit uncertain about this start list now, just because Morgan Mitchell is the second name on it, and we saw she came fourth in the A race just previously. However, I'll go through. I digress.
Yeah, go for it.
So, in lane one, Juliet McBurney from Glen Huntly. Lane two, well, we know it's not Morgan Mitchell, so I'll skip ahead. Madison Caulfield from Athletics Essendon. Now, Madison Caulfield, PB of 4:27. Maybe he doesn't have the season's best of 4:27, which would suggest her to be in a B race heat. She also broke an Australian Little Athletics record in her time at Little Aths as well, Madison Caulfield, so a very, very accomplished runner there. Anyway, I digress, as I said. Stephanie Condagonis from Keilor St Bernard's, Izzy Girardi from Deakin, Sophie Bolmat from Sandringham, Ruby Ma from Box Hill, Jamie Lee Code from Frankston, Mia Roo from Collingwood, Lauren Starr from Yarra Rangers, Shania Murray doesn't have a club, so Shania Murray will know because she hasn't. She'll be wearing the blank singlet. Abigail Thomas, Western Athletics, Hannah Williams, Doncaster, and Sophie Coltish from Geelong Guild there.
If you had to pick one in this bunch, who would you go for?
Oh, just like Madison Caulfield, she does have one of the highest season's best, but it's just because of her previous form as well. She's you never know what she's going to do, really.
You rate the experience. I see.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good call.
You never know where anyone's at. What I do like, though, is the highest seed time in this, 4:44, down to a 4:49. So they're going to be tightly bunched.
Yeah, very tightly bunched. And that's what we like to see.
If everyone runs exactly the time that they've quoted, everyone will finish within about probably 30 metres or so. That'd be quite a sight.
A handicapper's nightmare.
Exactly. Or dream.
True? Or not true?
I don't know anymore. It's getting late, mate.
So you should be getting them underway. Oh, yep. Right away.
Okay, and our women's B race is underway with the athlete from Glen Huntley and Juliet McBurney making away into second place, but into first place is Jamie Lee Code of Frankston Athletics Club. Sophie Bolmat as well. It looks like they're in second place. So once again, a fair few younger runners in this race. A couple who ran at all schools a few weeks ago. A couple of recognisable names there. So the athletes are already fairly strung out over our 30 metres or so. So we'll see how that pacing goes throughout the race and how they stick to their goal times. Hopefully we'll see lots of PBs as we go through the first 300 metres in about 52, 53 seconds. Jamie Lee Code is still in the lead. And kind of forming two little packs there as well. Might prove tactically smart towards the end of the race for some of these back runners. So we see them maybe move towards the pack or the front of the pack, James.
Yeah, so about 72 seconds through that first 400. So Jamie Lee Code, she's still our leader, but right on her shoulder, Sophie Coltish. Jamie Lee Code being one to exhibit her talents down at the AV Shield competition. I reckon there was one weekend I saw her do the 3K, the 3K walk, the 800, the 100, the 4x400. Did everything in the one day. So certainly showing her talents now, but Bolmat on the shoulder as well. Juliet McBurney tucked in very nicely from Glen Huntley. So you certainly were right about the two packs, Michael. They've formed, and that lead pack has bunched up quite a bit. So Code still leads us.
She had a very big cross-country season as well, doing plenty of races.
So Shania Murray of Diamond Valley, she's been the challenger around the outside who's trying to edge her way to the front. But Bolmat still strong on the inside, doesn't want to give up that spot on the rail. That's good running. McBurney sitting right behind her, and so too Mia Rue tucked in, and Jamie Lee Code.
So they go through 2 laps in about 2:28, heading for around 4:40 pace roughly. So this front pack is set for a few PBs if they keep up this pace. That's always the way though. That third lap in the 1500 metres is the money lap. That's where you're going to make or break it. So Juliet McBurney from Glen Huntley still leading the pack that is stringing out lap by lap. Everyone's just starting to space out as we get towards the closing stages of this 1500 metres. So Juliet McBurney, Sophie Bolmat, the athlete from Collingwood in Mia Rue right there as well. Former Victorian representative Mia Rue as well. So quite a good junior athlete, still developing into a nice runner as well. So I have 1 lap to go. If they can do it in around 75 seconds or so, they will get around that 4:40 barrier, which would be such a big PB for many of these athletes.
So coming up now with 300 to go, McBurney, she's still our leader. She's looking very comfortable, but watch out for Rue on the outside. In the black and white, she's made a fantastic charge, and she wants to get to the bend first. So McBurney, can she go with her? Bolmat still looking strong and could still pose a threat, but it looks as if Rue and McBurney are going to have the battle for the win in this heat. McBurney looking like she does still have another gear and will make another challenge on the home straight. So Mia Rue and Juliet McBurney with less than 100 to go. Mia Rue very strong running. So Rue of Collingwood, she is fighting very hard. She's made that fantastic charge on the back straight, and she's going to be rewarded with the win and a PB, or recent PB anyway, of about 7 seconds. And I think all of these girls still coming through now are on for PBs. So plenty of girls under that 4:45 mark, which we had as our quickest entry time. So
a great mover, Mia Rue, as well, as we saw her charge towards the finish, just so just one step after the other. I know it seems simple, but she makes it look very, very easy. Great finish.
It was
great. I
running.
I love how she checks the watch as well. Stops the watch over the line, like the timing system is going to fault. Okay, we'll throw it over to you, Raf, for the long jump between races.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, we've got Rachel Lindberg, who's just hit the runway and got a red flag, unfortunately, as a no jump. She's jumped to 5:31 in her 4th jump, which is a great jump. So we've got Harry, who's up next. But the big one is Darcy Roper. Darcy Roper is the one that hasn't jumped for a long time. It'd be a number of months. He's moved down from Queensland. He's changed coach. Just getting himself together, but he is super excited. He's after his 782. He had 2 no jumps and a 782, and he just fist pumped the air and said, "I'm back." So that's pretty exciting for this young man. He's only a young man, but 782 is fantastic jump for him. We're going to throw back to James and Michael and Lockie, who are up there for the start of the men's C1500 race. Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much, Raf. So this next heat will be the men's C1500. Featuring in this, we'll have Callum Drake, Durham Diol, Seamus Graham, Clary McIntyre, Kieran Hess, Josh McLeod, Oliver Rensburg, Lockie Watson, Jack Polkinghorn, Ben Beischer, Michael Johnson, Tom Bowers, Craig Tate, and Callum Day.
As we have some Victorian and Australian distance running royalty logging on to the stream, so pressure's on, mate. Jack Rayner, Ryan Geard, Stewie McSwain. How's it going, boys?
Oh, the big guns have tuned in. So we're off and underway. This one looks like it could be a bit of a rematch between one of the heats in the Vic Milers 3K just a couple of weeks ago. We've got about 5 or 6 of these guys who were in that race, all within just a few seconds.
And good to see the pacemaker out once again. However, we have given Lockie Mann and Liam Cashin a bit of a rest. So we've got a new pacemaker. Wonder what the pace that will be set will be. So Jack Polking, oh no, that is Ben Beischer from Old Scotch, who is leading the way, sitting in just behind the pacer there. The athlete from Box Hill as well, coming in 2nd place. We need to get a bib number on him. That is number... That is Oliver Rensburg. No, it is not. Okay, we do know Ben Beischer is leading the way, leading a fairly dense pack in the men's C race as they charge through that first lap in 65 seconds, heading for around 4:04, 4:05 pace, which would be a PB for all concerned in this race as the pack starts to string out.
So the pace has certainly picked up. They strung out pretty quickly. Maybe they saw what that time was going to be through the first 400. Got a little bit antsy, and they've really strung out now, so...
Now I'm going to take a stab and say this is Josh McLeod in 2nd place, the athlete from Box Hill. So we have Ben Beischer, Josh McLeod, and Jack Polkinghorn in the top 3 positions there.
Yeah, Old Scotch asserting their dominance at the moment.
Actually, Tom Bowers, we're having a shocker, mate.
We do what we can. So 2 laps to go. Looks like they are still willing to kick on. So Old Scotch, they are posing the biggest threat at the moment. The Box Hill, they're wanting to steal the party. Looks like there's been another surge in the pace. So a bit of cat and mouse, as they love to say sometimes.
It is. As we look deeper in the field, just on the screen now, we see the big boy from Western Athletics in Callum Drake, the distance runner, just making his way through the field, showing his endurance. Don't know if he'll catch the guys up the front, but just watch him tear through the field one by one as we continue to turn our attention to Ben Beischer up the front. Josh McLeod of Box Hill still going 1-2 in this men's C1500.
Now watch out for Callum Drake. He's making a bit of a move up the field.
Ollie Rensburg from Knox Athletics coming up on the shoulder of Josh McLeod and Ben Beischer as well. Teammate from Box Hill right up there also. And Callum Drake has made up about 30 metres on the field in this last 400. Let's hope it doesn't cost him in the last 3, James.
No, let's hope not, but it doesn't look like it has at all. He's exploding up on the back straight, but so are a few others. Now watch out for the Box Hill dominance.
And we hope this is Kieran Hess from Box Hill who has moved to the front. Otherwise, we apologise for the wrong count of the name. But we see Callum Drake, 200 metres to go, up on the shoulder of Josh McLeod. Still a fair distance from Kieran Hess, who is about 20 metres ahead of the rest of the field. Callum Drake, those quick, small legs, ticking over bit by bit, trying to make his way up to Kieran Hess towards the front. So Kieran Hess leading the way. Callum Drake just trying to hang on. He has had such a hard-fought last 600. The athlete from Scotch in Tom Bowers making a charge towards the finish line. 4:06-ish for the winner, 4:08 for Bowers, and about 4:09 or so, approximately, roughly, for Callum Drake from Western Athletics.
Yeah, there was that big blanket of athletes through the middle of the field.
Closing by Michael Johnson, the athlete from Richmond Harriers, a very, very strong cross-country athlete, also track distance runner as well.
I'm a little worried he might have butchered a couple of the names in that race.
And we'll head over to you, Raf, to touch base with the long jump again between races, mate.
Sure, no worries. Yeah, I'm down here with Lachlan. Thanks, Lachlan. I'm down here with Darcy Roper. Darcy Roper's just jumped a phenomenal. Darcy, tell us about your long jump just now.
Oh, very happy with it. I mean, second time running on this runway, this track, and yeah, and couldn't be more happy, couldn't be more proud, and thankful for everything JB's been doing in the off season. So super stoked.
He's a super coach, JB, John Boas. But tell us, 782, that's pretty good. What's a PB for you?
801 is my PB. Haven't done that since 2015, so it's been a long time, and was really hoping with the move to Melbourne that we can get back into some form that I was in, you know, coming out of school. And I think this big winter block has just proved that everything's coming together, and yeah, and we're onwards and upwards and outwards from here. So. But
782 is nothing to be sneezed at. Like 801, 802 is still there. But because how old are you now?
20.
Yeah. 20. So you know, look, I think it's fantastic. It's been a while since you've jumped in competition. How many months has it been?
Oh, since January. Since January, I haven't done 6 jumps in a comp since Jan, so it's been a long time.
You must be ecstatic, dude. Go home and celebrate. This is so exciting. We're excited for you as well, and I know there's going to be a lot more to watch. So watch this space, everyone. Darcy Roper, the man to be watching, coached by JB, John Boas, who is one of the best, if not the best, long jump coach in Australia right now. Thanks, Darcy.
Happy to be here. Cheers.
And it was actually good to see you thanking the officials after. Keep that up, mate. Well done.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't have a competition without them, so no, very thankful always for the officials.
Brilliant work. That's great. Excellent. Back to you, Lachlan and Michael and James.
Very nice, Raf. Thanks for that. And just running through the competitors we're getting towards the end of our program here. The women's C race we're up to in the 1500 metres. We have Amy Reeves, Box Hill, Vanessa Wilson, Glenn Huntley, Bianca Puglisi, Athletics Essendon, Lucy Litchford, Collingwood, Cassie Deeg, Chilwell, Mia Pope, no club, Emily Dare, Sandringham, Hayley McGoldrick, who ran the 400 earlier tonight. Box Hill, Matisse Lazari, Knox, Holly Blake, also from Knox, Amber Lowe from Collingwood, Victoria Skalsonis from Knox, Genevieve Wah from Box Hill, Bridie Hill, and Abby Goldsworthy from the Williamstown Athletics Club. So, athletes are spread out, pretty much running one by one at this stage. No real large pack forming. 450 to 458 is the spread of PBs, so we should see a fairly even race by all if all run to their ability tonight. So we have our 3 Box Hill athletes leading the way, very, very comfortable on their home track here. So Amy Reeves, Hayley McGoldrick, and Genevieve Waugh lead the way in this women's C. Just sitting behind the pacemaker. Great job that pacemakers are doing here tonight. So they go through their first lap in about 69, 70 odd seconds, James, which they're heading towards what's that, about a 420, 425?
Yeah, that's a very solid run. If they can keep up with this pace, they'll be in for some very good times.
John, we're right. Just making sure we're right.
Yeah, it's almost the quickest that any of these women's races have gone out in. So McGoldrick and her teammate really getting after this. So certainly behind them, there is a solid chase pack that's forming. As you see back in the field, those girls will still be on for a very good pace and still be on for PBs if they can keep it up. We'll see how the early pace has treated these girls here. So McGoldrick will go through. I suspect that'll be Amy Rives, who is sitting right behind her. Then from Knox, Holly Blake. So certainly have slowed up just a little bit this lap. So,
and they have spread right out, James, as well. So still McGoldrick and I believe Genevieve Waugh, with the absence of some bib numbers on our sheet here. But we see the athletes start to spread out, although a couple are making moves through the field. The athlete from Knox in Matisse, is that Matisse Lazari there, is moving her way up the field as well. So it'll be a small pack of 3 up the front, and then everyone towards the middle of the pack has plenty of company. It's always great running with lots of people around you. Always got a goal, just to pick up one more person. Makes it a whole lot easier if you're doing lap after lap as a distance runner.
So Scaltonis of Knox, she's the one who's making a bit of a move in that chase pack. I think she's looking pretty dangerous. We'll see how these girls leading us have responded to that fast early pace. So McGoldrick, still our leader, with her teammate right on her inside. Genevieve Waugh, that'll be. And then again, behind her from Knox, Matisse Lazari. So Lazari, Waugh, and McGoldrick are our top 3.
And a couple in that second pack, is starting to bunch up towards the front of the field as well. The athlete from Athletics, Essendon, and Bianca Puglisi moving her way through the field quite nicely. Just bided her time, waiting until the last 300s, found some legs as she passes 1, 2, and comes up onto the back heels of the Box Hill athletes, who are running too wide into the last 200 metres to go. So it's Bianca Puglisi who takes the lead of about a metre or 2 above the 2 Box Hill athletes. Genevieve Waugh says, no thanks, I'm going to just pass you back because that's what I like to do. Okay, she is making her way into the final straight in front. Genevieve Waugh from Box Hill, Bianca Puglisi, great run in second place. Hayley McGoldrick holding on strong, another athlete making a late finish as well, but it's Genevieve Waugh from Box Hill, 4:44, which would be a massive PB for the first few girls in that event.
So great running by those girls. For now, we've got Raf down at the long jump. What have you got for us, Raf?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm down here with the very lovely Rachel Lindberg. Rachel, tell us about your jumping tonight.
It went okay. I was just going off a short run up, just having a bit of a play around and trying to get out a few jumps. Happy how it went, feeling good. Hopefully can build on tonight and go off a full run up soon.
You're just coming back from a few little niggles and a few little injuries, is that right?
Yeah, there's always a few little niggles. Just trying to manage those and get through good training weeks and then get out a few comps. But going well.
Now, what's your goal for this year? What do you hope to compete in, or what do you want to achieve this year?
So state champs and then heading to nationals, and if I can qualify for World Unis, that would be good. I think that's middle of next year. So
Fantastic. And that'll be in Italy, right?
I think so. I'm not positive.
Excellent. Now tell me, what are you doing with yourself? What are you studying?
Sports development at Deakin. That's going well. Just doing part-time at the moment, so I can train and coach. But yeah, enjoying it.
Good on you. Tell us about your coaching crew. How many kids are you coaching?
Oh, we've got a fair few. I coach with another coach, Tony Marsh. He takes all the sprinters and I take the multi-eventers. And yeah, really good squad, good bunch of kids, and they're all improving, which is good.
Brilliant work. That's great. Awesome to see, Rachel. You've been running and jumping and hurdling and all that sort of stuff since what school? When you went, what school did you go to again?
Oh, I went to Canberra High and then Box Hill Senior.
That's right, Box Hill Senior. That's the one. We've been watching you since then. It's been fantastic, and we hope to see a lot more of you. And we know that we'll be cheering for you to make these championships as well. We're going to throw back to the commentary team that are going to introduce the men's D 1500. Thanks, Lachlan.
Alrighty, so lining up on the track, we have the men's D 1500 metres. Exhibiting their talents in this race will be Lachlan Doman, Reese Hadfield, Jai Hadfield, Scott Benedict, Jack Armstrong, Tim Gibney, Simon Blight, Zach Hunter, Fred Leeton, Luke Sin, Thomas Diamond, Jonathan Peck, Eric Trinkle, Jonathan Little, and Elias Stott. So we got a few of the youngsters, again exhibiting themselves in this. And the Hadfield brothers, who have both entered with identical 418. So who will be the winner of the Hadfields?
The old Hadfield off, eh?
Yeah, that's it. So Lachlan Doman is our fastest sea time along with those Hadfield brothers. So all three of those youngsters. So it looks like the Knox athletes have gotten after it, and our pacer
is trying to catch up.
Yeah. So that'll be Andre Waring, who's the pacer. He was pacing that earlier heat of the men's 1500 metres as well. A very talented distance runner, as we saw him have some very good runs to Box Hill over the XCR season. So Fred Leeton of Old Scotch, he'll be the one sitting just on the outside of Reese Hadfield and Jai Hadfield, who is tucked in right behind him.
Mate, keep an eye on Fred Leeton. He's small, but he is a gun. Young developing athlete, but he's also already done some amazing things. We see a few of the Geelong Guild athletes just go about 3 or 4 wide, trying to come off the back of the pack there, the athletes in green, as they pass through 400 metres in about 73 seconds. So, off the top of my head, about 4:35-ish, James?
Yeah, I think you're spot on the money there. So, a few of these athletes might have liked to go on out a little bit quicker. So, I think we'll be in for an exciting last couple of laps if they've got a bit in the leg. So, you were right about Leeton. He is sitting right on Waring's tail and looking very comfortable.
Looks like a couple of the Box Hill athletes right there as well in Thomas Diamond. And also Eric Trinkle from Knox is the third of the Knox crew there as they go 2, 3, 4 in this men's D race. So Freddie Leeton right on the heels of Andre Waring, looking very comfortable, as do the Hadfield boys.
Yeah, the Hadfield boys looking pretty comfortable, but so too is Scott Benedict. He's the one from Ringwood with the luscious locks, sitting right behind the Hadfield brothers. Looking very comfortable, but yeah, you spot on the money about Leeton. He's looking very smooth, but Hadfield, he'll go around. Hadfield will go around him as well.
I think that's Reese in front and Jai second. I hope I get that right.
I hope you did. You had a 50-50 chance. So Reese, then Jai. Hadfields, then Leeton and Benedict.
Benedict's looking pretty good, isn't he?
He's looking very comfortable.
This looks like he has that strength over the other boys. As Freddie Leeton just puts his hand on him to just balance himself as he comes around there on the outside.
Yeah, it looked like Leighton might have got a little bit of a clip, but he's gritting the teeth.
And yeah, mate, Reese Hadfield. Reese then Jai. That's what I said, wasn't it?
Yes, that's exactly what you said. So Reese Hadfield is leading as they get the bell. So Hadfield, Reese to Jai Hadfield, and Benedict right on his tail.
How's the Pacers doing a full 1,100 metres in most races tonight? It's pretty,
good
pretty
training
good,
session, isn't it? Oh, he has absolutely exploded.
Talk about putting the burners on. He left his brother
for dust.
For dust. Left him in his dust. Clearing about 30, 40 odd metres on him. Scott Benedict right on the shoulders of Jai Hadfield there. Wonder if he'll take him in the last 200. But check out Reese. Those legs are ticking over so quickly. We knew it was going out a bit too slow for a lot of these boys liking. And turns out Reese was just going for the win the whole time.
Yeah.
Bragging rights at the family home.
He has run a very good race. And if he can stay strong over these last 20 or 30 metres, I think he'll be in for a PB. So 4:15.
And that's got to be a huge negative split as well. That's a massive time. 4:18, 4:19 from Benedict and the Hadfield brother there as well. So roundabout, pretty close to PBs for those boys there. Free Leeton just coming through there. Thomas Diamond does as well. So a few guys under the 4:20 mark, a few more under that 4:30 mark. Some great running and a few PBs in the field there as well.
And they're those lights that we were talking about earlier, Michael. They are out.
Yeah, Box Hill's even got one of the old Kennards Hire lights at the finish line here as well. So putting on quite a show here at the old, is it the Hagenauer Reserve? Is
yeah,
that
that's it.
Here in Box Hill, the Whitehorse Twilight meet. It's been quite a fun night. Hopefully this is a regular for the calendar moving forward.
Yeah, I'd certainly say so. It's been fun. It's gone by pretty quick. What do we got? Just a few races left. Timetable's been nice and efficient.
It definitely has, definitely has.
So what do we got up next on the track, Michael?
Just trying to have a look at that, James. Thanks for bringing it up.
Yep, no problem.
It's got to be a women's race, Nate.
Yeah,
doesn't it? Women's E, maybe?
Women's D.
Louise Ton of Box Hill. Brianna Sherry, we saw her in the 400 earlier. She's going to go around the Case Kidney here in the 15. Lauren Mosby, Don Valley. Sophie Coughlin, Sandringham. Abby Kenny of Knox. Tams Ellis of Box Hill. I saw her in her age group in the triathlon weekend. And Sunny Baker of Doncaster. So a beautiful name, the women's D.
All right, we've got the athletics exclusive for you guys. It is the women's D 1,500 metres there. And from the inside, Carly Atkinson, Box Hill, Ava Cameron, Glenn Huntley, Brianna Kroll, Box Hill, Grace Mueller, Yarra Rangers, Bianca Scary, Sandringham, Tegan Burns, unattached, Jessica Ng from Doncaster, Sophie Tedesco, Julia McLaren, Louise Ton from Box Hill, Brianna Sherry, Casey Cardinia ran that 400 earlier on tonight, Lauren Mosby from Diamond Valley, Sophie Coughlin from Sandringham, Abby Kenny from Knox, and Tamsin Lovis from Box Hill to round out this field in the women's D.
So sub 5 minutes, that is going to be the task for these girls.
Brianna Kroll and Jessica N, I believe it is, or Jessica NG, let's say, leading the way. Brianna Sherry right there as well. The athlete who ran the 400 earlier today is up on the heels of the two girls leading.
Those bright, long socks, and Sophie Coughlin of Sandringham, she's tucked in a beautiful position.
So the magic number is about 80 seconds. Minute 20, 2:40 is your first two splits to break 5 minutes for the first time for a lot of these girls. So we'll see how that's going as the race progresses. And they have gone out in about 74, 75 seconds first lap.
Yeah, they've gone out very well. And the girls have got a very nice little group here that they can all work with.
Bianca Scary, the athlete from Sandringham, right there as well. as is her teammate in Sophie Coughlin by the looks of it.
Yeah, Sophie Coughlin, she's the one sitting there pretty comfortably in third position. Brianna Sherry again on the outside.
And it's got to be one of our athletes who doesn't have a club attached to them here.
In the royal blue
uniform. It looks like the Loretto High School, girls' school uniform, actually.
So Scary, she's starting to make a bit of a move around the outside.
Around the outside.
Around the outside. Around the outside.
Brianna Kroll still in the lead. 2 laps to go. Must be a real pick-me-up as they cross this 30, 40 metres or so of just bright light crossing that start-finish line. And they go into darkness on the back straight. It looks a lot darker here than it does at home. I think the camera lights are doing wonders as they move through 800 in about a 2:36.
So right on that pace that they want to be on for that sub 5 minutes.
Actually heading for about a 4:52 there. So ahead of that pace. Bianca Scary from Sandringham, also Haileybury College, moves to the front of this pack and says, I'm going to attack this third lap and try and catch me. She bridges a bit of a gap on the rest of the field slowly. Maybe the others just biding their time, just waiting in the pack until that final 400 metres, James.
Yeah, there's been some pretty brave running that we've seen just over this last 200 metres from Scary. Made a very good move, and she's going to get the girls going, but sitting right behind her, Brianna Kroll, our earlier leader. And Sophie Coughlin still looking very comfortable in third place, so she'll be one to watch out for over the back straight.
Jessica Ng right there from Doncaster as well has been up the front of the race for the entirety of it. 3:36. They got to do their last lap in a 1:24 if they want to break that 5-minute mark for the first time.
They'll definitely do that. So Scary and Coughlin, the teammates from Sandringham, they are our leaders. Brianna Kroll right behind her, but Jessica Neng, she's making a charge. A few of our other athletes who were very patient, they are now being rewarded for their patience.
We see Abby Kenny from Knox moving into third position there. I wouldn't be surprised if she moves into second up on Jessica Ng's shoulders. Right there, Jessica moving up on the shoulders of Bianca Scary, just as I say that, the athlete from Sandringham there. So 1, 2, 3, Bianca, Jessica and Abby, the athletes from Sandringham, Doncaster and Knox, and the rest flood in behind them. A couple of Box Hill athletes, Brianna Sherry, the athlete who ran a strong race in the 400 earlier tonight, possibly on tired legs now. Bianca Scary charging towards the finish line. I reckon she's heading straight to PB Town, James.
Straight to PB Town, and she has got a one-way ticket. 4:52.
Huge PB. A couple of girls. Everyone coming under 5 minutes so far has run a PB. The first 10, 11 athletes in this race, all under 4:58, faster than any of the PBs quoted tonight. So that was a massive race. The pace was on early, and they just held it. That was huge. Huge race by the girls.
Yeah, that was unreal, and that's what we like to see. These sorts of meets, just a bunch of athletes getting together, working hard, and all walking away with PBs. There's Gav Burren down there. He must have had one of his girls have a good run because he looked pretty happy. Big smile on his face.
I reckon that could have been race of the night. That's what the good thing is. Not always your A and your B races that you're looking towards. That was a cracker.
Sure was.
So I believe that was the last of our girls' races. Oh, actually, no, maybe there's one more to go. We do move on to a men's race next.
This will be the men's E1500, where we'll have Jacob Nolan, Albert Jocelyn, Benjamin Purser, James Anderson, Alasdair O'Brien, Bradley Hall, Jackson Dean, Rupert Clemenger, Angus Norman, Ashton McDonald, Sebastian Eitzen, Paul Wilson, Robert Jones, Michael Darty, Harvey Mason, and Sam Lindsay. So 4:30 is the quickest seed time in this race. So we'll be looking at about 68 seconds through the 400s for PB Town in these guys.
So still looking to be beautiful conditions out there. The trees around Hagenau Reserve just looking very still. The lights are shining. And everyone is looking pretty happy out and about. And I think I see a smiling Liam Adams down there.
What's he smiling about?
That it's a beautiful night of athletics, and he's been running really well lately.
He has. He ran under 2 hours 15 again for the marathon the other day in Japan. He's setting himself up for a great marathon season, Liam is.
Anyway, we're off and underway for this next 1500. It looks like we have a new pacemaker, and that'll be Clary McIntyre in the bright green, leading our boys through. So 68 seconds through 400. That's what these boys will be after. So 50 seconds through that 300. They've strung out very nicely too, so this is looking like it'll be set up for a very good race with some very good times and hopefully plenty more PBs. So 68 seconds through that first 400. Beautiful pacing by Clary McIntyre, who actually raced one of the earlier 1500s.
So a pretty dense pack towards the front, and towards the back they're getting strung out just a little bit. So a couple of our invite athletes are doing quite well towards the front of the pack here. The athlete from Knox in Alistair O'Brien is having a strong race as well, but not as good as his teammate in Ashton McDonald, who is sitting in second place.
Yeah, Ashton McDonald sitting very comfortably at the moment. I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say that's Jacob Nolan, who is our leader.
I would say you're right, James.
Yeah, just a punt.
Jacob Nolan sitting in just behind the pacer as they go through 800 metres in 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So that's heading for about a 4:25, which a lot of the boys in this race would be pretty happy with.
Yeah, maybe, although I think they may have slowed up a little bit on that last lap. So Nolan and McDonald, they're the ones that are wanting to get after it.
Albert Jocelyn as well from Old Melbournians. He is one of the highest seeded athletes in this race, and
yeah,
he is sitting in 4th position there.
He'll be one to watch out for over the last 400. McIntyre looking over his shoulder. That's our pacemaker, trying to urge these boys on. So Nolan and McDonald with Jocelyn just behind him. Benjamin Purser, the youngster from Doncaster, the long loping stride, looking very comfortable. He's sitting in 4th place if you discount our pacer. So Bell lap. They'll need about a 70-second last lap, and I think Nolan and McDonald could be up for the task because they found another gear.
So it's McDonald and Nolan battling it out, stride for stride. McDonald does pass Nolan just on the back straight there. He gains a few metres on him almost instantly. This is amazing. His legs ticking over very quickly indeed. About 10 metres, the gap now as they go, 200 metres to go. The rest of the field, one by one, coming in. So spread out and lots of changes in the lead in the back of the field. But it is Ashton McDonald. Amazing kick. Last 300 metres, he's put about 30 or 40 metres into Nolan. Finishing off, he's gritting his teeth, he's moving his head, he's not looking too pretty, but he is heading towards a PB. So 4:30 was the PB quoted for Nolan, and he's going to finish in a time of 4:25. Sorry, McDonald. Geez, McDonald, 4:25. His PB was 4:38, James.
Yeah, I reckon a lot of these runners have got themselves tickets to PB Town. That is the theme. Oh, yeah. You brought it up first. I'll take it from you. Because it's been the trend over the last few races where we've just seen blankets over the field running PBs. So it's pretty exciting. They'll all be happy with that.
Yeah, just a huge run from Alistair McDonald. Still a young athlete, so yeah, chances are that's not just the season's best. That's his PB. He's listed at a 4:38 there and comes through in a 4:25. That's what we call breakthrough race.
Oh, yes.
You think back to those times when you're a junior and you think about when you just whacked massive slabs of time off your PB, when you just went up to that next level. And that's it. That's what Ashton McDonald just did.
Yeah, grit of the teeth down that home straight and was rewarded. So this will be our last race
of the women's.
Of the evening.
Of the women's. Women's E, James, and then we have a men's F to follow.
Okay, I'm getting
plenty of races here tonight. The Whitehorse Twilight meet.
I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm glad there's more.
Oh, absolutely. Why would you not be after the night we've had tonight?
And with the PBs that have been on display.
Event 21 of the night. The camera is getting a bit grainy in the dark. They are they're running some pretty dark sections in the bends in the back straight now tonight. I reckon all the athletes do a little surge as they come past the that start-finish line with the 30, 40 odd metres of light on them. Okay. Do you want to call down names or should I? I might do it.
I think you should.
I'll do it.
I don't have the list.
I'll go right in my hand, mate. I'll do it. Okay, it's my pleasure too. So, in the women's E-race, last women's racer tonight, San Backer from Doncaster, Eleanor Brown, Karima Wakim from Collingwood, Isabella Gunn from Williamstown, Emily Spiteri from Essendon, Ruby Aitken, Maya Nemo from Casey Cardinia, Scarlett Gunn from Williamstown, Christine Ashton from Box Hill, Catherine Foley from Box Hill, Sophie Stokes from Ringwood, Tiana Pastanis, Eliud Grigg from Malvern, Kushani Diol from Knox, Talia Warsham from Box Hill, and 3 invite athletes to close out the field in Georgia Pounding, Chloe Turner and Sharon Ma. Whew, that got a bit messy for a little bit. That was must be getting late.
You did very well.
Okay, so who do we see this out the front? This must be. It is going to make it pretty hard to call, so we'll have to take a bit of a stab and say it's Georgia Pounding, one of the invite athletes. Apologies if it's not, and we'll see the bib number as she comes around the bend. So a lot of athletes from Box Hill in this race as well, just getting down for a run at a local track. We love it. Okay, so I said 2 invite athletes leading the way through this first 400 metres. Hopefully they haven't got too excited and they know what the distance running is all about. I would have no reason to doubt that at all. A dense pack does follow them though. The time they're looking for is around that 5:05, well, all the way up to the 6-minute mark. So these girls at the front, they'd probably be looking for around an 80-second 400 split, and they get a 78. So there's still a fair pack out on the back straight in the crowd, isn't there, James?
Yeah,
see plenty of people sticking around watching all the races tonight.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you? Because it's such a beautiful night. But it's good to see all our supporters.
I'm going to say it's Eleanor Brown actually out the front.
Eleanor Brown.
She's one of the highest seeded invite athletes, so let's say it's Eleanor Brown in second place there.
So Eleanor Brown then in second place. Our new leader in the front in the bright pink. She's one of our invitational athletes. So apologies. But you are running very well. But it's our 2 Box Hill girls sitting in 3rd and 4th. They'll be wanting to work very well together. So Catherine Foley and Christine Ashton, I've been given the word. So 2 laps to go. They're 2:20 through the first 700.
So good group there. Also, turn up the back of that group, really active. And then up here we have, as we said, Pounding, Ma, and
So they're right on that 5 minute or so pace at the moment. So 700 to go. They've gone through that first 2 laps in about 2:46, 2:47. Now the challenge is coming around the outside from Box Hill. She's urging her teammate to go with her. So our new leader from Box Hill showing her experience over the distance events. She's been very patient, and now she's just edging away, increasing that gap from the others in our field. So Tiana Postanis, she was our earlier leader, but currently from Box Hill it's Catherine Foley. So Foley's got a pretty commanding gap on the field at the moment, and she's looking comfortable, looking ever so smooth actually. So I doubt she'll be challenged over this last lap. But the race for second is well and truly on.
Eleanor Brown right up there as well. We believe the athlete in the black top.
So on the back straight, Foley looking like she's got this race well and truly under control. She didn't get sucked into that early quick pace. She was very patient, and it looks like she has just worked her way up the gears over this last 600 or 700 metres.
Christine Ashton running a strong race. A couple of the Williamstown athletes as well in Scarlett Gunn and Isabella Gunn. Probably sisters there, one would have thought, in the middle of the pack there. So plenty of opportunity for lots of PBs here amongst the field as they are spread out quite a way in this 1500 metre race. The last of the women's races for tonight. But we turn our attention to the finish of this race. Catherine Foley, the athlete from Box Hill, tactical race, as James just said, charging away towards the finish line and closes in, I'm going to give her 4:59 high.
Yep,
I reckon she was under 5 then. And that is a massive, massive PB. About 20-second PB from Christine Ashton there. Catherine Foley even.
Yes. Yeah, Catherine Foley. She was a very good run. She just cranked it up every couple of hundred.
Tonight it's easy to get confused between Box Hill athletes. There are so many on the track.
Yeah, as we said before, so good to see all the Box Hill athletes out tonight supporting this fantastic meet, the Whitehorse Twilight, hosted by Box Hill. And Steve Deneen, who's done a fantastic job at helping to orchestrate all of this. I'm sure there'll be many athletes who thank Box Hill for this great opportunity to go home with some PBs.
It's Warsaw, Box Hill, just under that 6 minutes. Turner and also Ma. Sophia Ruby, outstanding. Through now, let's get behind her. She finishes. Sharon with the last one stuck near the water jump. Great running, sub 6:30. So Sharon's into the home straight now.
So our men's F for final race of the 1500. Featured in this will be Nicholas Martin, Andrew Searles, Michael Urey, Scott Lawrence, Johnny Harper, Kennedy Chen, Jack Hill, Brendan McHugh, Remy Williams, Ashton Sin, Harry Meagher, Daniel Malone, Charlie Sutherland, David Dugan, and Matthew Gudger. So Malone, we saw him in the 400 earlier. He's back for more. So too is David Dugan and Kennedy Chen, just making the most of the track events on offer tonight. And why would you blame him? A beautiful evening. So 4:48 are our quickest seed times of Nicholas Martin and Andrew Searles.
And we can kind of see him on the back straight there. It is getting quite dark here at Box Hill. A little bit of light over at the 200-metre mark, but not a great deal for the rest of the track. You can probably just make out where you're running, fine, but it's no stadium.
No, certainly not, but there is certainly something about running in the dark that makes you feel like you're going faster.
It does. It's a great track to run on Box Hill, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we had state relays here last weekend. So back for more action at Hagnau Reserve. Don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Hope I am.
Yeah. Thereabouts.
Sometimes near enough is good enough. So it looks like our final 1500 is ready to get underway. And we're off. So getting out very well, Nicholas Martin and Daniel Malone. So Daniel Malone, he's our leader. If you remember his very strong finish over that 400 earlier, he did win his heat. And he's giving our pacer a bit of a run for his money. The pacer's just looked at his watch, and I think Malone has sensed that
realised.
He's gone out. This is the 1500, not the 400.
Yeah,
that's right. But he looked comfortable doing it, so he's obviously feeling good.
100.
So watch out for him. Waring doing more pacing, checking the watch, probably getting a little bit antsy, knowing that they're going a bit too quick.
Checking them K-splits.
Yeah, that's right.
A dense pack forming behind Waring. Everyone's itching, but Waring knows what's up.
So Remy Williams of Doncaster, he's sitting in second place. Andrew Searles of Yarra Rangers, he's the one tucked in right behind Waring, our pacer. Malone charging again. He doesn't want to give up his spot in the front. So Malone, Searles, and Williams, our top three, and the Box Hill trio working together behind them.
The athlete from Scotch in Johnny Harper right there as well. But they're actually led out by our pacemaker in Andre Waring, but right behind is Andrew Searles. He has a PB coming in tonight of 4:48. So they'll be hoping for splits of around
75 or so seconds.
76-ish should
just to be a little
should
more
do
precise.
The trick,
Yep, 75, 76.
Yeah. They want them to.
I think that'd be even happy with 75.
Bank a bit of time in the first little bit, you reckon? Is that what we're doing?
Yep, that's exactly what we're doing.
All right, Malone's right there as well. I wonder what instructions Waring was given. What pace?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but he looks comfortable. He's keeps turning around to make sure he's got the fellas with him, so he's doing a good job Waring. The pacing's been pretty good tonight. Always helpful in these sorts of meets just to have someone who can just get on that pace that you need to run. Everyone can latch on and just worry about running hard.
Exactly. Just takes one of the stresses away. He's getting very, very dark on the track there, out in those back bends. So Daniel Malone, I think Daniel Malone's actually itching. Is leaning forward, is almost tripping up on the heels of Andrew Searles. Is ready to pass. I'd be surprised if Daniel Malone. Well, actually, I say that, and Andrew Searles is just getting up on the heels of Waring.
Yeah, I reckon.
Who knows? What do I know?
You know plenty. But I reckon Malone, you're right. You went with your gut. He's been itching to get out. He had a big breakthrough 400, so my guess is that he's in stellar form at the moment, and he's going to have a breakthrough 1500 tonight. So Malone sitting right on Searles. Then Nicholas Martin.
He's edging up
the
as
youngster
well.
He is, isn't he? So Searles, Malone, and Martin as we hear the bell.
About 3:31. Hitting that last lap. 3:31. So they need to close in about a 75, 76 as aforementioned, James.
Yep. was spot on the money, and they're going to do it. They'll finish hard over this last lap. They're itching to go. Searles is getting ready to unleash.
Certainly, Searles. Malone, he's sort of got those long loping strides. Hopefully that means he's not losing energy. He's just winding up, ready for a big finish. And how's on? Just set an whole rep here.
Just a last 1,500 metre rep.
Yeah, exactly. Finish off the session well. So Searles right on his back. Andre Waring helping him through this whole race. What a bloke. Daniel Malone seems like he's actually trying pretty hard now. Stretching out them legs. Andre Waring does 1,400 metres. So Andrew Searles comes into the front straight in first position. Daniel Malone not too far away. Both of them ticking over the legs pretty quickly. And Andrew Searles will take out this in a 4:41. Big PB there. Daniel Malone, PB. Our athlete in third position. Brendan Mahue, big PB. Nicholas Martin, big PB. So plenty of PBs. Remy Williams, under 5 minutes for the first time by about 10 seconds.
Oh,
PB.
well done. Well done, Remy.
That's a big milestone, under that 5 minutes. A few of the Box Hill men coming through now as well. Our athlete Ashton Sin from Doncaster Little Athletics just crossed the line. And we have Matthew Guda from Athletics Essendon. One more lap to go.
Yep, so he'll receive the bell. That's Matthew Guja making the most of this fabulous evening.
He's been running for a long time, Matthew Guja. You always see him out of the Shield meets and the old cross-country event as well. It's great to see him get around all the athletics events.
Yeah, good on him. A good loyal supporter of the Athletics Victoria calendar. So it's been a pretty exciting night of racing and a meet I've really enjoyed. Look forward to maybe be a part of it next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice little meet Box Hill have put together now, or this year.
Whole field running PBs.
And most running under 5 minutes for the first time as well. Which
yeah,
is
exactly right. It was Bianca Scary, wasn't it? Who had that big charge with about 600 to go.
Absolutely.
Gritted the teeth down the home straight, and she was given a very pleasing PB.
Absolutely. How about the finish as well in that women's A 1,500?
Oh, yes.
So that neck-and-neck finish between Lucinda Rourke of Williamstown and Sophia Sullivan of Glen Huntly. They great finish. Great battle they always have, and great finish for them.
Yeah, it certainly was a good battle. Plenty of good battles tonight.
Good to see Mitch Thompson get a win as well. Pretty quick time.
Yeah.
About 3:47.
I think so. I mean, I think a couple of those guys maybe would have hoped to have gone a little bit quicker. But they've all run so well, and early days in the season really for these guys, so they'll be tuning up for later things. I'd imagine the Steigen, spectacular.
You see Matthew Goodger finish the last Twilight. Also as well, those 400s earlier tonight. The men's, don't forget about the 400.
The Sea of Blue, Glen Huntly.
Exactly, top four in the men's.
Good. Yeah, Chochos behind Will Johns and Luke Major, I believe it was, our top three. But anyway, that will conclude the Whitehorse Twilight.
So if I'm not mistaken, I believe the next time Athletics Exclusive will be live streaming will be the next Milers Club meet. I think it's the 20th of December, just before Christmas. Also Zatopek, 13th, I'm just being told as well. So follow our Facebook page, follow our socials, and find out what's coming up from Athletics Exclusive in Athletics live streaming. So been a great night. Thanks,
Sure
James.
has been. Thank you, Mika.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you.